Hello everybody, I'm your host Wheel Trouble, and in this episode we're going to review the Metzeler Karoo3 rear tire. And Metzeler advertises the adventure mileage on this, saying that there's a resistance to abrasion and knob tearing, making it 30% more durable than its Karoo and Karoo-T predecessors. Also, off-road traction and power, saying that it's excellent for off-road performance, especially in sand, clay, and hard-packed paths. That's quite a variety there. Also, high-speed stability with a stiff carcass for better performance on pavement and hard pack under loads. Also, there's longitudinal grooving for better self-cleaning, and transversal grooves, those are the ones that go across, for off-road traction. And they have extra-large central blocks for better mileage and stability, and better off-road traction, making it almost like a paddle tire, and then wide lateral blocks for a larger footprint when you're cornering, making it much more stable. Also, with the V-shaped pattern rather than a straight pattern, makes for more even wear and better off-road traction. So my thoughts on the Karoo3. I've seen this tire pushed as a 70-30 on Revzilla, but looking at the tire, you'd never peg it as that. It looks every bit as aggressive as a TKC80 or a Shinko 805. I wound up putting the rear tire on right before going on a 2,000-mile pavement run to New Orleans and then back home. That made me feel kind of bad, as I was going to be putting this tire at a disadvantage when I finally got around to testing it off-road. Couple that with the fact that this is the first time I've ever put on a tire by myself, and I think I've stacked the odds against this tire as much as any mere mortal can. Short of what Mother Nature can throw, but she's not a mere mortal now, is she? I've seen quite a few reviews complaining about a hum when you get up to speed on the highway with these tires. Frankly, I'm about what people have been reporting as nearly halfway through this tire's life, and I'm not hearing it. My assessment of halfway was based on Revzilla's review saying that his tire was done at 4,400 miles. It is true that I'm wearing earplugs, but this tire really isn't that loud. The complaint I have really isn't a complaint. And that's the fact that you feel every knob when you're moving slowly. Well, duh, it's a knobby tire, and that's exactly what one expects to have happen. To fault a tire for that would just be ignorant at this point. This tire is surprising on the street. Rain or shine, this tire inspires confidence. The ride smooths out when cornering thanks to the thicker blocks at the edge of the tire. I sure wouldn't want to be dragging a knee with these tires, but who drags a knee on adventure bikes? Comment with pics below because those people are either beginning a crash or hella fast. Either way, that's got to look cool. I expect to have to ride more conservatively, thanks to the knobbier profile compared to stock, of course. Props to Metzeler's R&D team for making sure that wasn't the case really with this tire. Off-road, this tire really begins to shine. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, you're likely aware that I ripped the IRC trail winners for being trail losers. I managed to run a few gravel roads with these tires while they were fresh, and then spent some time on tree-rooted and slightly soggy trails at about 2,500 miles. Our clay was quickly ejected from between the tread on this, and I was in shock at how close to a motocross tire this felt when compared to the IRCs that I'd spent so much time getting to know this bike on. The tire had no trouble paddling its way through the slop, and greatly increased my confidence. I still wouldn't want to go 100 yards in 1-foot deep mud with this bike, but at least now I'm not worried about the bits of mud that accumulate on our trails. On gravel, this tire felt perfectly planted without having to drop a single digit in tire pressure. And I could spin up the back wheel when I wanted, yet I noticed far less dancing when I was in straight lines. I don't really have a lot of negatives to say about this tire. I picked up the rear tire on sale for about $170 after tax, but I will also state that I had a bit of trouble finding the front when I was shopping online when I needed it. I don't know if that's just because it was out of stock, or if they don't have one in the versys-x's size. More on the front that I mated with this tire in a future review. Like all knobbies, I'm going to chew it up commuting, which kind of brings a tear to my eye, and Revzilla's wrong. It's not a 70-30, and I don't know who told them that it was. It's easily a 60-40, maybe a 50-50. It isn't a street racing tire, it doesn't have a smooth center strip for slab riding, and that's exactly what makes this not a street-oriented tire. Even so, it handles street just fine. Much like Metzeler's website, I agree that there was a lot of focus on off-road when it went into the design of this tire. Would I buy this tire again? Sure, absolutely. For the type of terrain that I have out here, this tire is excellent. While I will waste most of it on pavement, I know that it's able to hit the trails if the mood arises. I can't wait to start exploring the Oklahoma adventure trails with this. That pretty much wraps it up for my review of the Metzeler Karoo3 rear tire. I'll see you guys next time when I go ahead and review the Continental TKC70 that I paired with this thing for the front tire. Please like, subscribe, support me on Patreon. The link is below. Wheel Trouble out.